there's an extra force of gravity operating that we cannot account for by anything that we see, and even anything that we don't see that we know is made of real matter,
Gotcha.
like black holes or dark clouds or dark asteroids.
5 insane universe theories that will ruin your sleep. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 theories about our universe that will ruin your sleep. So if you're ready to learn how the universe works at a macro level, watch this video until the end. 5th place, brain world theory. Is our universe made up of brains? The brain world theory was designed by brane cosmology and superstring theory. It establishes that the 4 space-time dimensions of our universe make up a surface known as the brane, located in a higher dimensional space-time known as the bulk. One of its primarily appealing features is how it explains why gravity is weaker than other forces. Our 3-dimensional universe is restricted to a brane within a higher dimensional space, the hyperspace. If its additional dimensions are compact, then the observable universe contains the additional dimension and no reference to the bulk is appropriate. The bulk model establishes how some of the extra dimensions are extensive and other branes might be moving through the bulk. Interactions with the bulk and possibly other branes could influence our brain and is what causes the misunderstood effects in classic cosmological models. 4th place. We don't really understand gravity. This is the only force in physics that can affect matter on large scales. However, there are a couple of astronomical phenomena that cannot be explained simply using gravity.
We know laws of gravity work in certain situations, but the situations where it fails. Maybe you have an extra term there. A term in an equation allows it to calculate other kinds of situations.
Got it.
Measure the speed of stars on the outskirts of a galaxy, and you'll notice how they move too fast to remain in orbit if the only force holding them back is gravity. The proposed theories are the existence of dark matter, an unseen substance that provides the missing gravity. There's also another theory that states our theory of gravity is wrong and should be replaced by something known as modified Newtonian dynamics, or MOND, proposed by scientists in 2002. MOND is an example of a class of theories known as modified gravity and is an alternative to the hypothesis that the dynamics of galaxies are determined by massive, invisible dark matter halos. Since Milgram's original proposal, proponents of MOND have claimed to successfully predict a variety of galactic phenomena that they state are difficult to understand as consequences of dark matter. The options of MOND and dark matter are both consistent with what's been observed so far. 3rd place, the Big Splat. How was the moon formed? At first, the primary theory explaining the origin of the moon suggested that the Earth and a hypothetical planet, Theia, collided at some point in the very distant past. When this collision occurred, a massive amount of debris was ejected into space, coalescing into the moon we still see hanging in the night sky. It was initially mentioned in the book The Big Splat, or How Our Moon Came to Be, by Dana Mackenzie Wiley. The Big Splat is an examination of the modern theory that an object the size of Mars collided with the Earth to create the moon. But the book reaches back to the very foundations of human thinking about how the moon came to be. The 2 planets merged together to form the Earth as we know it, while the raw fragments of material for the formation of the moon were flung into space. This theory is considered practical because the moon, like Earth, has an iron core. However, one would still expect the composition of both bodies to be distinctively different, considering the fact that the moon would be composed of the materials from not one planet, but 2 different ones. When astronomers examined moon rock samples to those gathered on Earth, they found out that the oxygen isotope ratio on both was very similar, with both of them sharing a similar isotope ratio of titanium. 2nd place, the EKPYROTIC theory. What if the Big Bang happened differently? What if the explosion happened because of a clash? The EKPYROTIC model seeks to validate that train of thought. The ekpyrotic theory proposes that our universe arose from the collision of two three-dimensional worlds in a space with an extra fourth spatial dimension. It has its foundation in the idea that the Big Bang universe was created from the clash of two three-dimensional worlds that moved along a hidden extra dimension. The kinetic energy in the collision is converted to the quarks, electrons, photons, etc. that are confined to move along three dimensions. The resulting temperature is finite, so the hot Big Bang phase begins without a singularity. The universe is homogeneous because the collision and initiation of the Big Bang phase occur nearly simultaneously everywhere. The energetically preferred geometry for the two worlds is flat, so their collision produces a flat Big Bang universe. According to Einstein's equations, this means that the total energy density of the universe is equal to the critical density. Massive magnetic monopoles, which are overabundantly produced in the standard Big Bang theory, are not produced at all in this scenario because the temperature after the collision is far too small to produce any of these massive particles. First place, holographic universe theories. What if the universe was actually a hologram or a computer simulation? The holographic universe theory establishes that the universe is a two-dimensional object encoding a three-dimensional image, and this 3D universe is encoded in a two-dimensional boundary. This holographic principle establishes that the entropy of ordinary mass, not just black holes, is proportional to surface area and not volume. The volume itself is illusory, causing the universe to be really a hologram isomorphic to the information inscribed on the surface of its boundary. It might sound absurd, but when physicists assume it's true in their calculations, all sorts of big physics problems, such as the nature of black holes and the reconciling of gravity and quantum mechanics, become much simpler to solve. In short, the laws of physics seem to make more sense when written in two dimensions than in three. The holographic model has since become a tool to solve problems in physics due to how easy things get after you use it smartly. Of course, being nothing more than a theory also means that there's no direct evidence that our universe is actually a two-dimensional hologram. There's currently no known way to test this idea experimentally, but perhaps we might develop one soon. Subscribe to Matter to learn more about space and other insane universe theories.